Walking through the house, it was clear that there was a struggle.
Like she was running for her life.
Running.
Who on earth would want to do this to your mom?
The stunning court case that just wrapped up.
She was in the shower stall in the master bathroom. There was water running over her body when the police found her.
He walked right up to Sandy and said, "Sir, your wife is dead."
And he screamed, like screamed.
Who would want to murder such a wonderful person?
The most violent I ever got was I'd grab her and just say, you know, you gotta snap out of it.
When you first heard that Leslie Prior had been murdered in her home, what went through your mind?
Who and why?
Whose DNA is this and why is it in the house? Why is it under her fingernails? Who is this person?
You gotta do the right thing, man. You got to.
I think I am.
The only thing I thought of was, did they have an affair? And then my mom tried to cut it off and he murdered her.
The unknown DNA under her fingernails and blood on the scene, you can't ignore that. And that really was the crux of the case.
What?
Was that your aha moment?
Chevy Chase, Maryland. It's a really nice, upscale, quiet neighborhood.
It is a family community, well-manicured lawns. It's a beautiful community.
It really made no sense that there would be a crime like this in that area.
The idea that that bubble could be punctured with something so brutal inside of somebody's house shocked people.
The body of Leslie Prior was discovered inside her home on Drummond Avenue.
There were signs of a struggle, but no forced entry.
This woman was strangled and she was beaten.
People were stunned. They were afraid by what had happened to their neighbor.
If I were to describe this case in 3 words, I would call it brutal, intimate, and cruel.
Police are asking residents of this community to be on the alert to report anything suspicious that might lead to an arrest.
I knew someone knew something. So I just never gave up.
Who in the world would want to kill Leslie? She didn't deserve that.
It was a beautiful Wednesday morning in May. Leslie Prior should have left her home and walked down this quiet street in Chevy Chase, Maryland to catch the bus and go to work. But on this day, for some reason, Leslie never showed up.
I'm Brett Reedy, and I was operations manager at Specialties, and Leslie Prior was one of my employees. Leslie was supposed to be at work at 10. When she didn't show up at 10:15, I just assumed she had a doctor's appointment or something held her up in the bus or something like that. Then it was about 10:40, 10:45.
He said, "Darn it, you know, where the hell is Leslie?" Finally, he called her husband.
I said, "Sandy, Leslie's not here. Did she have a doctor's appointment?" And he goes, "No." And very quickly, and he goes, "That's not good. Now something's really wrong." And he was very, very concerned. I said, "Okay, look, she's only 1.5 miles down the road. Why don't I just drive down there? I'll meet you there."
So you were born and raised in this area. You grew up here.
Mm-hmm. But I had about probably 6 friends that lived on this street from elementary school. When I said to Sandy, you know, I'm going to go over there, the reason why I went over there was I'm so familiar with the area.
You're thinking, Sandy's on his way. What else is going through your mind?
Something's wrong. She must have been in an accident. Somewhere is an accident. She fell, a bus, a car, something has happened.
Leslie Prior's husband, Carl, who went by Sandy, pulls up to the home not long after Brett arrived. As soon as the 2 men step inside the front door, there are signs something's very wrong.
There was dried blood in the foyer. There was a knocked over table. There was a moved rug. And her husband started calling out for Leslie and got nothing back.
I looked to my right, and there's a significant amount of blood. Sandy started walking around and he went upstairs. And when he went upstairs, I noticed on the wall was an area that had been rubbed out. looked like someone had cleaned it or tried to clean it. I noticed something move down the hall. That door was slowly opening. And I was like, oh no, you know, it was the dog.
At that moment, the Preer's family dog, a black lab named Boomer, comes up from the basement.
I said to Sandy, look, you might want to check the basement. Sandy comes back up from the basement and says she's not there. We went into the kitchen. The back door was ajar a little bit. It wasn't fully closed. I started pointing out to him, Sandy, look at this. Look at this on the wall. Look at this blood all over the place. And he goes, she must have fallen. My reaction probably was, that's a hell of a fall. So I decided to call 911.
911, what's your emergency? I'm at Drummond, Chevy Chase. I work for a company and we didn't have a call from an employee. We just walked in the door, our husband and I, and there's blood in the foyer, and it looks like something possibly happened.
You're not in the house anymore, are you?
We're in the house right now. The husband's looking around.
You're with the husband?
I'm with the husband, yes.
When was the last time?
The last time the husband saw her was 7:45 this morning.
Did she have a car or anything?
No, she was going to walk to the bus.
Is there a lot of blood?
But it looks like there's possibly a struggle, a couple things knocked down.
Can I ask you guys to step out of the house?
Sure.
Their house was in Chevy Chase, Maryland.
You might describe it as the Beverly Hills of Washington, D.C. It is a wealthy area, restaurants, shops, big homes, some very prominent country clubs in the area.
The house is located on a cul-de-sac, so not a lot of traffic. Just a really nice, calm, quiet neighborhood.
It's kind of tucked away. It's like a little haven. It's a place where you would want to raise your family.
How long have you lived here?
40 years.
40 years, the same house on the same block?
Yes.
How did you first meet the Preers?
It was Leslie I first met.
What was your impression of Leslie?
She was really pretty. And her prettiness was also her personality. She was lovely in every way.
Leslie's husband went by Sandy.
He was very thoughtful and very kind. I really liked him.
And they only had one child?
One child, Lauren.
How was life growing up in Maryland with your mom and dad?
They were the best of the best. We had dinner together every night. My dad always cooked breakfast on Saturday, and my mom and I would plant tulips in the front of the house.
Lauren and I met in high school and became inseparable. Her parents were amazing. They were just super sweet, very welcoming, very open.
Who's in this photo?
Well, that's me.
No.
I know. So we're talking, and this must have been 1977 when I was born. So we were a happy family, the three of us.
Lauren's father could be described as like the life of the party. Very, very involved in Lauren's life, and they had a really great relationship. He was a really great guy. Lauren's mom was one of a kind. She was just so warm and so sweet. She was gorgeous. I mean, she just had these beautiful eyes. She was like a second mother to me, really. And she was just very caring and loving. And Lauren was definitely the apple of her eye.
On May 2nd in 2001, Lauren Preer is 23 years old, living in her own apartment not far from her parents' home.
Walk us through what happened that morning.
My mom and I talked on the phone every single day, every morning. That was our routine. I called my mom in her office, and her friend Gail was like, oh, she's not in yet, but I was told to tell you that if you called to call your father. And then I knew something was weird.
With signs of a violent struggle and police on the way, the question now is, where is Leslie Preer?
They pulled their guns.
And he screamed, like screamed.
It was horrifying. It's terrifying. It's haunting.